everyone, and welcome to this session of Passwordless Authentication using IBM Security Verify. Now, before jumping into the passwordless authentication, let's first understand the challenges with password-based authentication in today's date. As users log into each of their accounts with usernames and passwords, the first typical challenge is the management of those passwords. Password rules are growing more complex by the day, wherein many of the applications mandate entering 20 to 25 character long passwords with a combination of alphabets, numbers, and special characters. Users also need to change these passwords frequently in order to keep them secured. The problem increases multifold when you have multiple accounts to manage. Now you have multiple passwords which are complex in nature, and you have to memorize them and change them frequently too. This leads to people using similar passwords for multiple accounts. And all these essentially helps hackers to perform spray attacks, brute force attacks to get the access of passwords and do account takeovers. Another problem with passwords is that you have to store them. Typically, they're stored in a secure repository, but if they are not, or the repository is not very securely managed, then the hackers or malicious users can gain access to these passwords. And as we discussed earlier, if the users reuse passwords for multiple accounts, this could potentially lead to attacks like credential stuffing. With storing and managing passwords being such a complex thing, what FIDO passkeys or passwordless authentication relies on is it completely eliminates the need of human cognition used for remembering and changing passwords, as it doesn't deal with passwords at all. So how do you authenticate then without passwords? We do so with something called as platform authenticator. This could be a security key, web browsers, or your Windows or MacBook devices, which give you unique signatures of the platforms using platforms' underlying cryptographic mechanisms. So whenever you log into a particular website using platform authenticator, it creates a signature for you on the target side, and then on it can manage communication with the target with public-private key mechanism. Once the platform authenticator is registered with the target, this is how typically the login flow works. With security key registered on the target, which is also called as a relying party, the platform authenticator or client would send in a login request. The server, using its pre-registered public key, would respond by sending a random challenge. Client would then reply with the challenge signed with the private key, and upon validation of that, server allows successful login. So what are the benefits with this mechanism? Well, first and foremost, it has eliminated need for passwords. Secondly, it is bound with a unique platform authenticator of user's device, so hackers or third-party devices cannot obtain any access, and it makes it impractical for remote attacks. With these basics cleared out, let's focus on how to go passwordless via the help of IBM Security Verify. Let's check upon the configurations first for setting up the FIDO or passkey authentication. Let's log in with administrator persona Scott in IBM Security Verify. Now let's go to authentication section and FIDO2 settings. Here we need to configure a relying party to start with. After we have done that, we go to sign-in options in security section. Here we can choose if the passkey logins are enabled for the administrative console users, or for end users, or for both. Now after these basic settings are cleared out, let's go in with end user Jessica to register the passkey authentication. Let's go to Profiles and Settings and Security tab. Let's go through the multi-factor authentication. And now let's select to add a new authentication method. Here, passkey is one of the authentication methods supported here. Select and add a passkey. Now this will present you with an option to configure a passkey using any particular device of your choice. So it could be a phone or a tablet, it could be a laptop, or it could be a USB security key. So let's select phone or tablet for this demo. And then we'll be presented with a passkey, unique code of a passkey. That's scan it through our mobile. This will also need biometric authentication. So let's do a biometric authentication here with the Face ID. It is done. Let's give passkey a unique name. Now once we do that, we'll have to validate our passkey, like validating your code through email and things like that. So generate the code again and scan it again with your phone and provide the biometrics as well. This will help register your passkey successfully on the IBM Security Verify site. Click on done and you can see the new login method for passkey has been added to your account. Now once the passkey is added, you can access the third-party application directly logging in with the IBM Security Verify's registered passkey. So on a single sign-on, it will present you with the passkey option here. You can just scan the code from your phone or tablet. It will also give you multiple options if you have registered multiple passkeys to select any one of your accounts. So select Jessica's particular account, provide the biometrics, and you're done. Essentially, that helped you log in into the third-party application without providing any password whatsoever. As you can see, Jessica has successfully logged in to the intended application. Now, this covers the passkey authentication flow. Now let's jump into the QR code authentication. Now let's look at configuration of the QR code mechanism. Now QR code is similar to FIDO, except it uses IBM Verify mobile app for authentication. So let's log in with Scott as administrator and go to authentication and authentication factors. Now here, because we verify QR codes to IBM Verify app, so hence we have to enable both the options of IBM Verify and QR code configurations as the supported authentication factors here. Once we do that, we also create a profile, which is called as a registration profile, and with that we can also configure the scopes as we did for the FIDO earlier, wherein we can ensure that the QR code authentication is supported for admin users or end users or both. Now let's jump into the actual end-to-end use case for the QR code. Now let's log into IBM Security Verify again with end user Jessica to register the QR code authentication mechanism on Jessica's account. Now here again we can go to Profile Settings tab and Security section to add a new login mechanism. Provide multi-factor if required, and select to add a new login method. Here we'll select IBM Security Verify app, which is IBM's default app for QR code logins, and we have chosen to connect your account, to connect a particular account of Jessica to the Verify app. Going to Verify app, we can scan the QR code there, and with providing the biometrics, our QR code authentication mechanism is successfully registered. Now we can see new QR code authenticator app login method is also added here. Now again, let's go to third-party application and select to log in with the QR code mechanism for Jessica. Select the demo app for this one, and let's go to the QR code option as the preferred login mechanism. With opening the Authenticator app and scanning the QR code presented here at the login screen, and you can see the account is verified and user is able to log in without entering any password again. And Jessica has seamlessly landed into her intended target account. Now this completes the passwordless authentication flows using IBM Security Verify, how to configure them and use them in runtime, and will make your applications more secure.